So in this video I'm going to show you how the circles behave when it comes to draw them in axonometric isometric perspective. What you have right now here is a square, clearly a square with a circumference, a circle inside. The idea is once I start moving around in an axonometric isometric perspective, you're going to find out how those circles immediately become what it's called ellipses. And in fact, when I fix this cube into an isometric perspective, that is 120 degrees all around, you're going to find out that those ellipses have a very particular and defined direction. For instance, the ellipse that we have here on the upper face has a longer axis, which is this one, and a shorter axis, which is clearly this one. Therefore, we will have to draw this ellipse. When it comes to draw them, it doesn't matter if we do it with a computer or freehanded even. This is the direction in which the circle is going to stretch into an ellipse. When we talk about the other two faces, for instance the depth, let's assume this is going to be the depth. Here, this is going to be the long axis, while this is going to be the short axis. That is the one thing that we will have to bear in mind, to take into account every time we draw some ellipses. The same thing here. You will have to remind what is the long axis and the short axis when it comes to draw these ellipses. According to the position and according to the face and orientation, you will have to define the deformation of those circles you are going to draw according to these directions here. According to what we have seen right now, I'm going to draw a box. Here I'm going to do it free-handed, and according to what I'm going to do now, I'm going to also add some ellipses. I'm going to try to draw a cube rather quick. As you can see, I'm not using rulers at all. I just want to be as quick as possible in that sense. So, according to what you are watching now, this is going to be the long axis and that's going to be the short axis. So that means that this is going to be the move that I'm going to try to draw, and this is going to be my first ellipse. The same thing here. Look, this is going to be the long axis, that's going to be the short one. So this is going to be the move. The same thing here in this other face, long, short. That is, try to draw the ellipses like this. As you can see, I try to do those ellipses in one single trace using the full hand in one single movement. Afterwards, once you have done that, of course, you are free and welcome to try to outline, to trace those ellipses as you wish, as I am doing here right now. But it is the move of the full hand that is going to give you really the full ellipse, like that. You see what I mean? Like that. So in that sense, the moment you wish to do, for instance, an arc, let's assume this is going to be an arc, that is not a full ellipse but just half of it, you always will have to get back to the square. So here in the square, this is where I will have to remember long axis, short axis. This is the way we are going to draw this ellipse. So according to that, My ellipse is going to start here, half of it. It's going to touch here in the middle of that edge, and then it's going down like this. And this is going to be half of an ellipse. And this is going to allow me to draw precisely what I am talking about, which is an arc. So it would go up like this. And this is going to allow me to draw an arc like this. I assume all of you are understanding that I'm using a grid for this. Also, in case you want to draw, for instance, a car, you can directly draw and of course the lines are going to be according to that one. You see, this is the direction for the wheels, and that is the direction for the lights. And that's basically it. In case you want to draw, for instance, some tubes, that means that this is going to be a pipe in this direction. In case I want a pipe in this other direction, then again, long, short. And finally, if we want a standing pipe, that is the one.